Houston, we have a problem.
Give me all you got!
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Give me back my gun! I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Stand and Watch, the best and only dad movie podcast you're ever going to listen to because we killed all the other ones. They were our prey.
They're dead.
Yeah.
They were able to bleed, so we were able to kill them because they bleed. It can be killed, and so podcast dads that aren't us, because we don't bleed. We don't bleed. Not on this podcast.
We don't bleed, and if we did, nobody would make us bleed our own blood. But they're all dead. They are our prey, and we were their predators.
The killing kind of predators, not the other type of predators.
Not the messages you online type of predators. As always, I'm your host, Matt.
I'm your other host, Nick.
Hello to all you wonderful standees and you, Steve Buscemi. I know you're going to like this one, Steve.
Steve, we did this one just for you. We knew you were a big Arnold fan, big 80s action fan.
And a big Comanche Warrior fan.
Big Comanche. Did you watch Prey with the Comanche dub, or did you do the English?
I didn't know there was a Comanche dub.
So Hulu kind of hides it. That was a big deal when the movie came out in 2022. You had to go into like extras, or there's a little extras tab under the movie, and you can select the Comanche dub.
I didn't know this was a thing. I saw reviews on Letterboxd mention it. I was like, what the hell are they talking about?
Maybe you Canadians don't have it. Maybe you guys aren't as forward thinking as we thought you were.
Maybe not.
No, it's hidden. It's Hulu's fault. It's not your fault, Canada.
Did you watch it in the Comanche dub?
No, I didn't, because then I'd have to like not look at my phone while I'm watching.
Oh, you're one of those movie watchers, are you?
I'm one of those movie watchers when I know I have to pay attention, I pay even less attention. I don't know why.
So
the only time where it wasn't an issue was when I was watching Parasite.
So hang on, does that mean that for every movie we've ever watched for this podcast, you've been on your phone for part of it?
Not all the time, but there are some where that I will don't tell my employer this, but I'll watch them at work while I'm working on an email or something. I'll have Predator on the one screen, email on the other screen. How is that any different than fucking Samantha down the hall listening to her murder podcast and working? It's not any different.
It's better, actually.
If anything, I'm moonlighting, which is totally legal. I'm sure my employer does not frown upon that.
Is it illegal to have two jobs? I don't think so.
You know, that's something I Googled the other day.
I know you sent that to our group chat.
I don't trust the Google AI, but I was like, you know what? This'll hold up in court.
You should never trust the Google AI. But Your Honor, Google said it was legal.
They can't do no evil. It's their slogan.
Is that really their slogan?
It used to be. I don't think it is anymore, because now they do evil. We're fucked. I'll tell you when we're fucked. We are going to be the most fucked when all these AI companies and all these evil corporations start having like colorful, cartoony mascots.
Like Miss Minutes?
When the cereal became too sugary, you know what happened? They got the colorful, cartoony mascots. When insurance became too much of a pain in the ass, you know what they got? We got Flo. We got fucking Jake from State Farm.
Here's the problem. They're AI companies, so they would never hire someone to make or to be a fun mascot. They would use AI, and AI could not make a fun mascot. They'd make something that's just creepy and unsettling.
It would give us Crash Bandicoot, but he's wearing Spyro's skin over his body.
Yeah. They'd give us Mario wearing Wario's face.
Ugh, it's just a fat face over Mario.
Like Hannibal Lecter. Like they would give us something that's like almost a cute design, but just ever so slightly like there's something wrong there. That's good. They would give us Megan.
They would give us Megan, or what Megan looks like after her 2.0 update from that trailer.
Yeah, they would give us Megan or like Chucky or something that's like you look at it quickly. Oh, that's cute. You stare at it for more than 2 seconds. I'm going to leave now.
Have you seen the Megan 2.0 trailer, by the way?
I have not.
They're T2ing it. They're T2ing it.
You're saying there's a more like she's good now and there's another evil doll?
Yes, that's exactly the premise of the movie.
Wow. Maybe I should see Megan now, just so I can see two.
Because So what happens is the military takes the so at the I won't spoil Megan, but the military takes the AI that was built from the first movie and puts it into their own killing machine. And now it's going and killing everyone that has anything to do with her creation, going all the way back to the characters from the first movie.
Do you think that they would or should do a Megan Chucky crossover?
I think they could pull it off because Chucky's got some pretty good. Chucky, I think, is underrated. I think Chucky's really good with like its commentary on different aspects of. First one was set in Chicago, I think. I don't know. Chucky's just got some really good commentary about the stuff that it touches on across the whole series.
If they did a crossover, do you think it should be like Alien versus Predator, or should it be like the Godzilla crossovers where it's like Chucky and Megan versus?
Ooh, see, this almost becomes like brain rot stuff now. I don't know. I think you have them team up, but then also you run the risk of it being too close to what it is now with Megan 2.0. Because Chucky's just pure evil. Chucky's just. Then you start to mix. I think you have them fight. I think you do a Jason versus Freddy with this.
Is he pure evil? Because haven't they kind of like softened him up a bit?
I haven't seen the show, so I can't speak to that. But he's just killing people, and his whole thing is he uses South African or South American magic to like put himself in a doll. There's some incantations.
Some sort of voodoo. Yeah, I guess he'd be the Freddy and she'd be the Jason.
And see what I liked about Freddy versus Jason is you're kind of rooting for Jason, right? You're like, I hope Jason wins. Freddy's kind of being cocky right now. I think Chucky would be the Freddy in this instance. It would just.
Well, I guess it would be. If you're gonna say it, it would be more like Terminator versus Predator, or one of those comic books.
The tricky thing is figuring out why one needs the other. I think they did a really good job in Freddy versus Jason, where people don't fear Freddy anymore, so Freddy's gonna use Jason to kind of get people thinking it's him doing the killing, so he can come back. I liked that aspect of it. I don't know how you'd get these two dolls talking.
Okay, well, if in Megan 2.0, she's a good guy now, right?
Yeah.
So there's your in. She's a good guy, and there's another doll running around killing people.
So then my thought would be you have them both in the same doll body.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like you have Chucky. You have Chucky who's like controlling it at one point. It's basically fantasy versus technology at that point.
You have him voodoo himself into the Megan, and they're fighting for control
of the body. Yeah,
that's interesting because then you can also kind of make it like a buddy cop movie.
You know what? I'm kind of here for it.
Yes, like they're in the same body, and they're like, "No, I'm gonna do this. No, I'm gonna do this," and they're like fighting. No one can see me, but I'm doing doll movements.
And it's still got that like wonky Chucky. You know what? They're kind of pulling at the same string. They're both very like tongue-in-cheek like slasher movies. So you know what? This will work. Someone call Hollywood.
Yep.
Somebody call Hollywood.
Steve, I know you're listening. Steve, get us in there.
Speaking of Steve, I saw Minecraft. This is gonna be a few weeks older than Minecraft.
People are listening. People are listening. Like, get to Predator.
My kid loved it. That's all I gotta say. It's just messy. It was a messy movie. It was messy.
Speaking of Minecraft, we're talking about Predator.
Great segue. Segue.
That joke is only funny if you know anything about Minecraft content creators.
I love it. I'm here for it. That was a good. That was a really good. You had to think about it type of segue.
Yeah, I know there's dads listening, so I have to explain that one because they'd be like, "Why is that a segue? That doesn't make sense."
Predator. I've got the Wikipedia page up. Let me read this paragraph for us. Predator is a 1987 American science fiction action film directed by John McTiernan and written by brothers Jim and John Thomas. Arnold Schwarzenegger stars as Dutch Schaefer, leader of the elite paramilitary rescue team on a mission to save hostages in guerrilla-held territory in Central America rainforest. To encounter the deadly Predator, played by Kevin Peter Hall, a skilled, technology-advanced extraterrestrial who stalks and hunts them down. Carl Weathers, Apolita Carrillo, Bill Duke, Richard Chavez, Jesse Ventura, Sonny Landham, and Shane Black are supporting co-stars.
What a great movie!
This is still a scary movie. I know like nothing. I don't know if this was marketed as a horror movie. This movie's fucking scary.
It is a slasher movie. It's the
It's
same.
just-
It's a slasher movie, but replace horny teens with roided up manly men.
Oh, they were horny. They were horny in that jungle. They were horny. You see all that sweat?
But were they horny for each other?
Yes. Yes, that's the whole point. Yes, they were. They just want to do good by their men, man.
Is this like the? I know as a dad movie podcast, we do a lot of dudes rock movies. Is this a dudes suck movie?
This is a dude suck movie. It starts out as a dudes rock movie, but then you quickly realize, oh, these guys all suck.
I feel like it starts as dudes rock, then very quickly you're like, no, dudes suck, and then by the end you're like, dudes rock.
Dudes rock. You're like, dude smart? Dude smart by the end of it?
Oh, I love just a big masculine muscled out dude just sitting in a helicopter just with the soul ripped out of him.
It's I think Cheers was out well before this movie was, but there's a well-known cold open where they're arguing over the sweatiest movie. I think they're arguing like Rocky and all these. If that cold open had happened after this movie, this would have won that argument.
I mean, Bill Duke sweats for all of them.
Every time I just wanted to hand him a rag. He had a rag in his hand most of the movie, but I was like, I want to hand him another one.
I feel like they dunked his head in a gallon of water before every shot.
There was part of me that was like, I forgot he gets blasted in the head. Part of me was like, doesn't he just die of a heart attack in this movie? Because I kept thinking, like, doesn't one of them just die in a really stupid way?
That would
he gets his head blasted off.
Honestly, someone dying of a heart attack in this movie wouldn't have been out of place. This movie is very funny.
This is very once the chaos ensues, because they run into the skinned bodies.
Yeah.
And then they get into the village, and I think the villagers are using a car for a water pump or something. And Arnold goes over and lifts the car so it'll run into the village, but they're all standing there like, what is he doing? Just the way they're standing there watching him do it.
Speaking of funny, it's time for dad approved letterbox reviews.
Go ahead. I don't have mine up yet.
This comes to us from Brenton Tarantella, who did not give this a star rating, but did give it a heart, and wrote, "If it bleeds, we can kill it is the kind of quote movies were invented for."
It's a good quote.
Can't argue there.
It's a really good quote.
I cannot argue there.
I got one from Brian Esposita. He's a patron. Good on you, Mr. Moneybags. He gave the movie 5 stars, rightfully so. He also gave it a heart. And he said, greatest handshake of all time, R.I.P. Carl Weathers. This must have been right after Carl died. R.I.P. Mr. Weathers.
Yes.
The handshake. This is if I hadn't already known a bunch of stuff came from this movie, this would have been just like me. Like, it feels like every other episode I'm asking you, like, did this originate in this movie? But no, I know the meme handshake came from this movie. If it bleeds, you can kill it.
Imagine not knowing where that handshake meme came from and then experiencing this movie.
I can imagine there's some Zoomers in the audience who have done just that, and they're like, oh my god, Hank killing through this movie.
Do you think Zoomers would appreciate Predator? I think they would.
I think they'd be. There's no sex, so I think they would be in for it. They'd be like, hell yeah. No, you mean no one's fornicating?
No,
all right,
no one's fornicating, but they sure wish they were.
They sure wish they were together in the woods.
Yeah.
I was watching this, and there's a scene later on where Anna has a gun, and Dutch is like, no, put it down, go get to the chopper, and she does it. And part of me was watching it. It was like, was someone who like worked on Prey or like Dreaming Up Prey saw that scene and like, no, I want her to have the gun. Fuck it, I'm writing the movie. And then they went and wrote Prey.
Oh, maybe, but that is our double feature.
Yeah, I don't know if we said it was a double feature at the top of the episode, but
I mean, the title of the episode is double feature.
So they know what they're in for already.
Yeah, if you've gotten this far in the episode without realizing it's a double feature, that's on you, buddy.
He's like, wait, they're doing 2? I don't have time for this.
Yeah,
I don't have time.
If you've clicked play, you've clearly seen the title of the episode, and you've seen that it's double the length of our normal episodes. If you haven't put it together,
Now we're gonna speed through it and make it look like it's one episode, but they're like, no, they did 2 movies. No.
I'll upload the episode at 1.5 speed.
Do it like they used to do it in the old days, where you upload it like 5 minutes at a time, just 5-minute chunks of the episode.
Come back for part.
The good old days of the internet.
Come back for part 2.
We'll see you soon. No, so I know we haven't gotten to our sandwiches yet, but let's get into sandwich. The positives, negative, positive. The negative. I don't know why the meat's still the negative. I still don't get it.
Listen, it's because if the bread was the negative, then we'd be doing double negatives, and that's who wants to listen. There's enough podcasts where people complain about everything. Anyway, speaking of negatives, I'm just gonna come out right out and say it. I don't have anything bad to say about this movie.
No, me neither. And I will say, the Buzz Lightyear movie that came out a few years ago, they had a scene where the sandwiches have the meat on the outside and the bread on the inside. So maybe we can just pretend it's one of those sandwiches. But yeah, I have nothing negative to say about this movie. I think it opens very, very macho. Everyone's just like getting ready to do the job. They're gonna go do their job.
It's such oh my god, this movie is hilarious because, and I think I don't know. I feel like people still like do not fully understand this movie and how funny it is, because this movie starts off and it's the most roided out movie you've ever seen. just a bunch of muscular men going rah. We're going in there, doing the job, gonna kill the bad guys. That fucking handshake, everybody's sweaty, and then just immediately they see these skin bodies and they're shitting their pants and they don't know what to do, and like they can't do jack shit.
I don't know what scene I saw when I wrote this, but in my notes I did write masculinity is fuck.
Oh god, the scene where he thinks he sees the Predator and just starts blindly firing a machine gun, and all of them rush to him and just start blindly firing their machine guns into the forest at nothing in particular. There's like, well, he's doing it, so I'm doing it.
They just completely obliterate the forest in that moment. Once they stop shooting and everything's like settled down, you're like, there's fucking nothing left in front of them.
They cleared out a solid acre of trees, just blasting their guns. Just he starts, and then all of them one by one just show up. They don't ask him what he saw. They don't ask what's going on. They're just like, well, we're emptying 8 clips.
Come on, guys, we're going shooting. What are we
just
shooting?
Incredible.
Nothing at all.
And oh my god, and it's so funny. And just they have the most serious look on their face, like yeah.
And there are a few moments early on where these guys all like each other, but I was like, but do they? Like, there's one part where Carl Weathers says, I miss this, and then Arnold says, you never were that smart.
Yeah.
And who was it? I think it was not Pancho. I think it was Jesse Ventura's character that like is just kind of rolling his eyes at Shane Black for making another pussy joke, like he's Tarantino or something.
Yeah. Oh my god! And that fucking Jesse Ventura. What is he? God, I gotta pull up the IMDb. I feel like in the last few episodes we've really just gotten some movies where we just gotta pull up the IMDb and just read out as many quotes as possible. And this is one of those movies.
He was chomping on a cigar. He was chomping on a cigar that whole movie, wasn't he? Up until he died.
He was chomping on something. Was it a cigar or was it chewing tobacco?
It might have been tobacco, because there was spitting too, and it was nasty spit.
I know at the beginning, Schwarzenegger has a big ass cigar.
Big stogie, yeah.
Yeah. Just the manly thing. Okay, I'm going to find these quotes. Because there's some
Billy Duke's still alive. Billy Duke is still alive. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's like 81 or something.
Yeah. Carl Weathers died last year, yep.
Okay. We usually do this at like when we're done talking about a movie, but let's just get this going right. I'm just going to read a bunch of cool quotes.
Do it.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yep, I was just getting ready. I have that one written down.
Incredible.
I wouldn't waste that on a broke dick dog.
You're one ugly motherfucker. Oh yeah, and there's the classic like 80s Arnold like fucking action movie thing. He nails a guy to the wall with his knife. Stick around. He's always got one in him.
Yeah. It's not a quote, but Billy's laugh throughout the movie. Like Billy laughs at one of the pussy jokes. And it's like a nice, sincere moment, but then the Predator fucking takes that sincere moment and makes it the most terrifying thing.
Obviously, if it bleeds, we can kill it. That's ingrained in movie history. Oh, this is a great one. Billy, you know something. What is it? I'm scared, Poncho. Bullshit, you ain't afraid of no man. There's something out there waiting for us. And it ain't no man. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, Billy was just being ominous the whole fucking. By the time he like is stabbing himself, I was like, all right, get fucking Billy out of here. He's been fucking predicting this the whole movie. There was a few lines between Mac and I get the feeling Mac doesn't like Carl Weathers.
No, because he's like a CIA desk guy now. He's fucking them all over. Here's the pussy joke. The other day I was going down on my girlfriend. I said to her, "Geez, you got a big pussy. Geez, you got a big pussy." She said, "Why did you say that twice?" I said, "I didn't." Then Billy just stares blankly. See, because of the echo.
And that's when he takes a beat and then he just starts belting out laughter. The one time I was like, "Okay, Billy, go ahead and laugh, buddy."
Oh yeah. Jesse Ventura. He's like in the helicopter peddling some like ED like medication. He's like, bunch of slack-jawed word I'm not gonna say around here. This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus just like me.
And hats off to the movie makers for not using Unfortunate Son.
Yes.
They could have used that, and I was waiting for it. I was like, did they use it? And they get into the jungle and they don't use it. I was like, oh, thank God.
They could have used it. Every Vietnam movie or Vietnam allegory movie uses it.
He says the jungle, it just came alive and took them. or when they get distracted by the pigs or the thing that whatever it is that Billy kills, and then the predator's taking Blaine's body.
Yeah.
Because it's just stupid because all these men crowding over this pig. Meanwhile, their dead friend's body's getting taken while this woman watches. Oh,
when Arnie figures out Carl Weathers set them up, so you cooked up a story and dropped the six of us in a meat grinder. God, what a man! It's such a manly movie for a movie that's like manly men are phonies.
It really drums up how manly they are. And then just knocks them down one by one, just as these big ass pussies. Like, of course, they're getting hunted by this otherworldly thing that like makes them look terrifying. But it's a hilarious. Hilarious makes me sound like a fucking monster. But you watch what they did to that. You watch what they do to that village, and you're like, hoorah, hell yeah, get the bad guys. But then you watch the Predator, and you're in horror, and you're like, oh wait. We were the Predator about 20 minutes ago. Yeah, and it's also, can I just say how funny it is that when you really, and I wrote this in my Letterboxd review for both movies, but I think it's also really funny that when you really look at it, the Predator's just a big cheater. Right? Like the Predator's whole deal, and I know they don't say it in the movie, but like the Predator's a hunter. He's come to this planet to hunt for sport and prove he's the best hunter in the galaxy. Their whole culture is based upon hunting and being the best hunters. And they only hunt what they deem as honorable targets. And he's just turning invisible and using heat vision and laser guns. Like he's a big fucking cheater. It's unfair. It's unfucking fair. It's unfair. Like the Predators, the whole culture of the Predators is to be the best hunters in the galaxy. And they're just cheaters. They just cheat. It's like a Texas oil baron hunting deer with a fucking AR-15. Like just big cheaters. Sitting in his little skybox, shooting down at the poor little deer. Yeah, just big fucking cheaters. And the movie does a really good job of making the Predator scary. Like like it never fully shows him. Like you're always on the outside looking in, almost like the shark in Jaws. You see him when he makes his kills. You see him kind of creeping around, and it is frightening. But then at the same time, at a certain point, you're like, well, this guy's just cheating. Of course they don't stand a chance. Yeah, the image, like the stuff he's doing and not knowing who it is terrifying. Because I think there's at one point where he's got Blaine's body and he's bleeding it out, and I think he rips the skull out, like rips the vertebrae and the skull out all in one, the spine all in one swoop. I don't. Or maybe I'm getting my movies. Maybe I'm getting my movies mixed up. That was in Prey. He did that to a wolf. That's right. Okay. Yeah, but either way, again, in both movies, he's just a big cheater. He's just a big fucking cheater, right? Like it's terrifying, and then you realize, oh, this guy's. Of course, they're out of their element, and they stand no chance because he's got a huge advantage. And he's got the Billy call. It's not a bird call. He's got the Billy call.
Yeah.
And then he loses in the end, and he's like is a sore loser, so he blows he's like, I'm gonna blow you up, I guess.
But it's the same thing. It's like, of course, these big muscled, dudes are winning all the time because compared to their enemies, they're just big cheaters, right? Like, of course, they're going to take down this little fucking village in South America in the middle of the woods. They're coming in a chopper with high-powered machine rifles. I mean, one of them has a goddamn minigun. One of them's, they're the size of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, they're going to take out this little, I don't know, guerrilla village. They're cheaters. It's not fair.
Right. It was like they were going to go in. They were obviously going to just kill everybody in that village. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Like they were running a water pump off a car missing a wheel.
Yeah. And so, to those people, these commandos are cheaters. And to the commandos, the Predator is a big cheater. It's like a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah. And you know what? I say it's about time. I say it's about time someone took these commandos and ripped their skin off and ripped their goals out.
And it's the same, right? It's at the end of the movie when it comes down to just skill on skill, Arnold wins.
I do like that. Finally, when all his comrades are dead, he's like, okay, now I turn my brain on. It's almost like when you're in school, like I don't know if this was your experience in school, but in school you kind of got bullied for being the smart one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what did you get on the test? You're like, oh, I got a C+. Oh yeah, me too.
Me too.
Yeah, what did you get? What did you get? Oh, I got an A-. Fucking nerd.
Fucking nerd. Get in the fucking locker, you
studying
fucking nerd.
all the time. What are you studying all the time for, loser?
But yeah, Arnold's like, oh, they're all dead. I guess I can turn my big brain on now. He gets in the mud.
I do like that before that. Like, they do kind of formulate a plan to, like, we'll capture him and that they think will work, and it just fails miserably.
Well, he's smart. The Predator proves it. Like, he may have all these shiny toys, and he may be like have like the leg up on him, but he's also really fucking smart.
Yeah, Arnold
It's not like you're getting a dumb Predator.
No.
Now, I think that might have been a more interesting movie if we got the dumb Predator, because there's one in that Predator in the Predator world.
There's always one.
Fucking idiot. They're like, send Carl to fucking, I don't know, Pluto or something.
Send Carl. See what let's just get rid of him. But yeah, like the Predator, he's not dumb, but he is a cheater, and you see it. Like, Arnold is smart, and when the Predator can no longer cheat, Arnold wins.
I also like that these movies, I think every one of the movies, at least the mainline Predator movies, always takes time to have like a Predator healing itself scene.
Yeah.
Like he's healing his cuts in this one. He does it in Prey 2. I mean, nothing touches Predator 2's healing scene where he's like cooking his like medicine in the sink after breaking a mirror. But I do love that they take time to show you that he's bleeding and he's like has to like, he can't just go willy-nilly. So it makes him a little more human in that moment.
Yeah, he's whatever race of creature the Predators are. They can't just heal themselves. Like, they have to do work.
Yeah, it's the one time he's not cheating. It's the one time he actually has to sit down and do something.
And again, on the cheating, I do like how the movie does kind of like it peppers in these little bits where you're like, okay, so Arnold he's not just a meathead. Like these other ones are just meatheads, but it does pepper in. Arnold is kind of a little bit more than that. So his smartness at the end doesn't come out of nowhere. It's like, okay, like this guy, he's clearly smarter than the other ones, right? Like you said, like he's lifting up this car to push in the village. You're like, what the fuck is he doing?
Well, he was skeptical about coming back out anyway. Like him and Weathers are having a talk. Like he's ready to go for his boy, but he was like, it's like, I don't really want to take my guys out. But
yeah, he said we're a rescue team, not assassins.
He said, "Fuck it, we ball."
Yeah. He's the final girl. He's the pure one.
Yeah, Arnold was a virgin in that movie. I didn't see him have sex once. This might be my favorite Arnold. Actually, it's between this and True Lies.
I feel like Arnold is one of those people. Like his great Arnold. I put in this, and I think I've said this on this podcast. I put Arnold in the same category as a Denzel Washington. Not in acting ability, but just in like actors that like if they're in a movie, I'm gonna have a pretty good time, no matter what.
He's got a good presence.
He does, and I feel like if you take Arnold's like absolute best movies, I feel like it is hard to pick a best one.
I still think it's between this and True Lies for me. I've never been the biggest Terminator guy. T1, T2, or 3. 3 might be my favorite. I know
like
that's
3.
sacrilegious to say.
I don't remember. I think we both gave 2 a 4.5. I mean, like T2 is very good.
T2 is very good. Just the T1000 disappears for 30 minutes. And it's like, okay, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, I don't know. T1 still might be my favorite.
I need to sit down and watch it in one go. I've never seen T1 uninterrupted in one go.
I gotta see Salvation again. That might be my favorite.
Oh no, that really is sacrilegious. What are you doing?
No, but I don't know. I mean, he's got Total Recall, incredible.
That's another good one.
I think Commando has a real claim to be the best 80s action movie of all time.
Was he Last Action Hero also, or was that Stallone?
He was Last Action Hero.
Okay.
I feel like Commando, like when you think of what an 80s action movie is, you think of Commando. Like it's the prime, like it's that.
Was Eraser also 8? No, Eraser was 90s, wasn't it?
Eraser was 90s. That's a good one. That's underrated. He kicks a giant alligator in that and says, "Your luggage." I can't hate this guy. I can't. That's great. Like that's one of his lesser movies, but he does that, and I'm like, I love this.
I always think of the last line in that, one of his last lines in that, "You've been erased."
The Sixth Day is pretty good. I think that's late 90s.
I need to go on an Arnie.
He's
I need
good,
to go on
man.
an Arnie marathon.
I remember before we leading up to our T2 episode, just to taunt Johnny that I've never seen T2. I was like doing a bit where I was like, "Well, I'm finally watching a classic Arnold movie that I've somehow never seen," and it was just it was like Eraser, The Sixth Day, Red Heat.
How's it been 4 months?
Yeah,
how's it been 4 months since that day?
And I was doing all of that like up until we watched T2, and like Johnny was just getting really mad at me. But I was legitimately just like clearing out all the Arnold movies I had never seen, and so I feel like at this point I've seen most of them. I think the only ones I haven't seen are some of his newer ones.
Yeah, he did a space prison one with Stallone after he got out of office.
That one I've seen. That one I've seen.
Is that good?
It's okay. It's not bad.
Just when you give me a movie with a space prison, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's not a space prison.
Not a space prison?
No. The movie,
is that the twist?
The movie kind of like makes you like the movie doesn't really tell you where they are until they've like escaped and figured it out. So I'm not going to spoil it, but it's pretty good. It's more of a Stallone movie than Arnie, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know. I feel like there's like a dramatic zombie movie he did that I didn't watch, and that might be the only one I haven't seen.
He did a zombie movie? Wow, yeah, I need to check this out. Yeah. I do like that he's egging on the Predator to like try and get him in his trap. At one point, come on, kill me, come on, do it.
I love his primal scream when he covers himself in mud and he's carrying a torch.
Oh, I wanted to fucking go outside butt naked at that moment and start screaming.
That's the moment, because the movie goes from dudes rock to very quickly dudes fucking suck. And then that's the moment it goes back to actually dudes rock. Dudes rock again.
And we get the whole last half hour of the movie is like him fighting him, which I loved because the movie just like skims by. It's a quick movie. You get to know all these guys really quick. So you may not like them, but you understand what the role each one is filling.
Yeah, I remember. And this is something I cannot say for the next movie that we'll be talking about soon, which I think is the same run-in time.
It's Prey's a little shorter.
Prey's a little shorter, but not by much, right? Like 10 minutes?
I think Prey's like 105, if I remember correctly.
Like Prey's an hour like 40, I think.
Prey is 99 minutes.
So Prey's an hour 40. How much is what's Predator? Like an hour 50?
107. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so
you're right.
They're essentially the same running time. I remember every character in this movie.
Yeah. The only one that I'm like, I don't really remember much of is the one that he ends up carrying for a little bit. That Poncho. Poncho.
But even Poncho, I know. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if I get a good sense of who Poncho is the way I do the other ones, but I know him. I know Poncho. I can pick them all out in a lineup. I can say that's Poncho, that's Blaine, that's Billy.
Yeah, they do a good enough job of setting everyone apart. And I think it really, you know what? He's making pussy jokes the whole time, but I think it's thanks to Shane Black.
Yeah, right? And I think in Prey, for the same running time, I don't know who anybody is. And the movie doesn't make any effort to make you the movie doesn't make any effort at all for any of its supporting cast except for maybe her brother, and even then I'm like, I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Any other positives on a Predator?
It's just a cool movie.
Yeah, I give it 5 stars.
Yeah, so do I.
100% dad movie. You don't have to we don't have to have a conversation about it.
Yeah, 100%, 5-star movie, 100% dad movie. This is one of those movies where it feels like we didn't talk about it enough, but like, what's there to say? Just go watch Predator. Like,
there's been enough ink spilled on it. Speaking of enough spilled ink on it, it's time for our we're not mad, we're just disappointed IMDb goofs.
Oh,
These are the goofballs that go on the internet, very unhappy people who should probably touch more grass, and they find something wrong with the movie to bitch about, and they make it everyone else's problem. And we've each picked our favorite. I picked one. In the scene when Billy is taking a stand and ready to face the Predator, he rips off his fatigues. First off, this person can't spell. He said of his fatigues. And then slashes himself across each chest. Each chest, you have one chest, dipshit. And blood immediately oozes as he cuts himself. Blood does not immediately ooze out of a cut wound until at least 8 seconds after being opened.
That's not cool.
I read that and I immediately said, how do you know? How do you know?
How many
chests are you cutting open?
I don't know, man. I've gotten paper cuts and it seems like I'm bleeding immediately.
Exactly. How do you know? This guy's like, actually, I've cut into a lot of people's chests. I'm a local serial killer.
This guy watches one of the coolest movies ever made, picks out one of the coolest moments in it, and decides, actually, I don't think that's feasible.
He paused the movies. I have to let them know on IMDb. I have to let them know.
Oh, I don't.
I wish IMDb would tell us when somebody put this in, so we could like see how old the goof is.
I wish IMDb would dox this person. Let us know who they are and where they live.
Give us their sleep schedule so we can know when we can go in and cut them on the chests and improve their statement.
Yeah. I don't know if I hate this person or my person more, but my person wrote, in the early scenes when Dutch's crew attacks the enemy camp, and specifically just prior to engaging the helicopter, the pilot jumps into the helicopter and tries to shut the door. The door begins to fall off the helicopter, revealing that it is only a flimsy set piece rather than a real helicopter. Have you ever watched a movie in your fucking life? What do you think you're watching? A documentary? Do you think this is a documentary about soldiers who were killed by the Predator?
You think they just got real helicopters laying around for a movie set? No. And plus, this is a poor village. We've come to understand this is a poor village. Are they going to have the most put together helicopter? No.
That helicopter's probably been rotting in the trees for God knows how long.
The rainforest. What does rainforest imply? That there's rain. What does rain say? There's gonna be rust.
There's a special place in hell for everybody who posts these stupid ass goofs, but there's an extra special place in hell for the people whose category of goofs are. This reveals that the movie was actually filmed on a set.
It all goes back to Con Air when someone was like, that wasn't Dave Chappelle that hit the hood of that car.
That might be it. One day we might have to do a special episode where we just do the Hall of Fame goofs.
That's above them all. That's up there in Mecca.
That's the holy grail of pedantic, fucking idiotic IMDb goofs. Actually, when watching the movie, you can tell that they didn't actually throw Dave Chappelle out of a helicopter. To his death.
No fucking shit, you dumb fucking prick.
You can tell that isn't actually Dave Chappelle falling onto a windshield after being thrown from a fucking plane.
These fucking people. Do you have a dad joke for Predator?
I do have a dad joke for Predator.
I hope it's not the same as mine, but go ahead.
Why are Arnold Schwarzenegger and Chris Hansen friends?
Why?
Because they both hunt predators.
That was a pedophile joke, in case you were wondering. All right, I've got one. They're not the same. What did the pussy say to its doctor before a 3-day weekend?
What?
See you next Tuesday.
This is kind of a pussy. This is one of my favorite jokes. Blind man walks through a fish market and goes, "Hello, ladies."
Ladies and gentlemen, Afro Man has made a guest appearance on the show. I didn't think we could get him because he's too busy rapping about police breaking into his house, but here we are.
I don't know how old that joke is, but I think that's one of my favorite jokes just ever. It's so simple, so elegant.
And a good way to start a classic Afroman song too. Shall we mosey on into from the predators into the prey?
Yeah, we should. God, we're speeding along here. This might be the length of a normal episode.
How did it take 35 years to it was close to 35 years to get a decent follow-up to Predator, by the way.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they almost had something in Predator 2.
I do like Predator. I know Predator 2 gets a lot of shit, but I like it. I think Danny Glover was a really good choice. It's so corny. Like I rewatched it recently, and the shootout at the beginning.
Gary Busey's really good in that.
Gary Busey is really good in that, and it's just so corny because they really play up how violent Los Angeles is.
There's a video game, Predator Concrete Jungle. It was like for the PS2, where you're just a predator roaming the city.
Yep, it was a pretty good game if I remember correctly. I think I watched XPlay review it, and I'm sure they said nothing bad at all that could be taken out of context in 2025.
That's one of those. There was a really weird era in like the early to mid 2000s where they were just making video games based on movies from the 80s and 70s, and they were all pretty good. Like the Scarface game is great. The Godfather
game, I love that one.
The 2 Godfather games are pretty good. The Warriors game is incredible.
Well, you knew as soon as Rockstar said they were doing it, you're like, yeah, that's gonna be fucking bananas. Yeah, we're playing that Warriors game.
But like, there's no reason. Like in 2004, we're gonna make a game based on the movie The Warriors that came out fucking 40 years ago. But sure, let's do it, and it was great.
You don't get much of that now. It's all new IP. It's one's unless it's like an IP that's been tested. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has something every 10 years.
Yeah.
But you don't have anyone going back to 2000 and saying, hey, let's do a Dark Sector game or let's do a Dark Sector movie because that thing hit in 2008, man.
I gotta play Dark Sector. I bought it a while ago.
It's not as good as, like, because it's basically Resident Evil 4. It's not as good as that.
Is it a horror?
Man, it's fun.
Is it a horror game? I bought it on the assumption it was just a third-person shooter where you have a glaive.
It's got some horror aspects to it, but most of the enemies are like humans with guns, so it's not scary.
There's a little bit of that. Like there's that RoboCop game which we've talked about before. There has
the
been
one
a
that you
RoboCop.
do police work between the missions.
Yeah, those same devs made a Terminator first-person shooter also a couple years ago, which is also pretty good.
Did you do desk work between killing Sarah Connor?
No, you play as it takes place in the future, like during the war, so you're a resistance fighter.
I think I've seen someone play this game and it was not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, there's also been like they made that Evil Dead like and Halloween, those like 16-bit platformers. Apparently they're not good, but they made those. They're making a Terminator 2 they're making a Terminator 2 like Metal Slug type game.
As soon as you said Metal Slug, yep, let's do it. They're doing a Texas Chainsaw game, if I remember correctly, or it's already out. I don't remember.
I don't know if it's out in early access, but they are doing it. They do it for horror properties, like bringing back old like movies seems to be a thing now. But they're not doing it for like the other thing, you know. Like let's get a new Godfather video game just for the hell of it, you know. Like
there's gonna be a Saw video because they just canceled that new Saw movie. I could see them being like, we're gonna do a Saw video game where you.
There is a Saw video game on the PS3.
Yeah, there's old Saw and Saw 2 that people like, and they're considered canon, I think, just like the Matrix games.
Aliens video games are making a comeback.
I liked that RTS they did a few years back.
They just, like, I don't know.
They confirmed they're doing a sequel to that scary one everybody likes, Isolation.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Isolation, but whatever.
I'm too scared to play it.
I played a bit of it. It's just the AI is just kind of like it was hyped up as the AI is so smart, and the AI is just annoying.
It's just really good at finding you.
Yeah, it's just annoying, and there's really nothing to it. Like it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't do anything better than any of the other you must hide type horror games. But
I got my fill of that from Outlast. After Outlast, I was like, I don't need to run and hide. I want to fucking fight back.
Yeah. They did like a Left 4 Dead style Aliens game that's pretty good. I play with my buddy a bit.
When was I don't remember this one.
It came out I think like 2022 or whatever. It was on Game Pass for a bit. I think it's called
Okay.
it's called Aliens Fireteam Elite. That one's pretty good.
Okay, now it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I remember that.
it's essentially it's third person, but it's essentially Left 4 Dead, but you play as the Marines and you fight hordes of xenomorphs. And it's pretty good. I haven't played it, but they did just release like an XCOM style one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going all over the place. And
That
then they
one's on
just
my
did
list.
they did a Commander or Starship Troopers like RTS also.
Yeah. And there's
That was a little weird.
there's that Starship Troopers like first person horde shooter.
Fuck yeah, man!
Yeah.
They're hitting the IP, and then the Minecraft movie just came out. That movie's gonna make gobs of money, and all these video game properties are gonna get gobbed up.
I do think
Disgusting.
they should make a new Alien vs Predator game. That game, that Alien vs Predator game from like the PS3, I think is very underrated and is better than both of the movies.
Well, anything's better than both of those movies. The one that's worth a shit is too dark.
Yeah,
I finally watched it, and I was like, "Oh, this is really dark."
No, yeah, that's a known problem with that movie. You can't see anything. Like it's impossible to see. I think there's a couple of Alien vs Predators. There was other Alien vs Predators games in the early 2000s, but that one on the PS3 was really good.
They did some RTS ones also. I've got Prey up. Let me
Yeah.
read this paragraph on Prey. Prey is a 2022 American science fiction action horror film in the Predator franchise. It serves as a prequel to previous films being set in northern Great Plains in 1719. The film is directed by Dan Trachtenberg and written by Patrick Asen. Stars Amber Midthunder, Dakota Beavers, Dane DeLiegro, Michelle Thrush, Stormy Kipp, Julian Black Antelope, and Bennett Taylor. The story revolves around a young Comanche woman, Neru, who is striving to prove herself as a hunter. She finds herself having to protect her people from a vicious humanoid alien that hunts humans for sport, as well as from the French fur traders. The way they wrote that, who are destroying the buffalo they rely on for survival.
Oh, the French fur
You must survive the
traders.
predator and the French.
The French fur traders. Oh God. Before we get into this, we were just talking about all these games. We didn't mention the Predators Hunted Ground game.
Yeah, is it the PvP or
It's-
PvE?
It's that what do they call it? Asymmetrical multiplayer. One person's
That's
the
right.
predator. 4 people are the manly men.
That's right. What was the Turtle Beach game that evolved? Evolved walked so the rest of
Evolve.
these games could walk a little faster.
Yeah. I don't know if that one's any good. They gotta make just a new like Predator first person shooter.
Do that and have the aliens. Well, you know what? I can take or leave the Alien versus Predator. I mean, the whole reason it happened is because they put the xenomorph skull in Predator 2. And now
Yeah.
everything's a fucking crossover everywhere. So you know what? I'm back off. I hate Predator 2 again.
I just like because at least like the Alien vs Predator game on the PS3 and 360. I think it's on probably on Steam too. I don't know if it's still available. That game is good because you can play. It has 3 campaigns. You can play as the Predator, the Alien, or a human.
Why would you want to play as a human? That just sounds terrible.
I don't know. The human is just if you want to just like shoot a machine gun. But like just make a first person Predator game.
I think I know the human parts you're talking about because any scene I've seen, they're like in the vents in a building and like a xenomorph's like popping out at them. I think I know exactly. Here's one from 2010 that was on the 360. A first person video game developed by
Oh.
Rebellion Studios.
That might be the one I'm thinking of. Was
Rebellion,
it
they just
2010?
put something out.
Adam
Rebellion's the Adamfall people. These are the Adamfall people.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Put them on a new AVP.
Or even just a P.
Hell yeah.
Or just an A. Yeah. I gotta get back to
If-
Adam. I gotta finish Avowed, and then I'll get back to Adam.
I started it back up and then I had to hop off real quick. So
I
I do need
just-
to get back to Adamfall.
I just made it to I did a little more exploring. I went into the nobody, I'll talk about it off podcast. Nobody's listening to this for video game talk.
Nobody gives a shit about Adamfall except for us.
Yeah. Letterboxd dad reviews for Prey. I got one here from Sean O'Cons, who is a patron. Gave this not a patron of the show, a patron of Letterboxd. We don't have a patron yet.
Not yet.
They gave this 3.5 stars and a heart and wrote, "Me at a dinner party discussing American history. You know who is even worse than the early settlers? The Predator.
I have one from Cosmonaut Marky, who's not paying for anything, cheap ass. He gave the movie 4 stars, and he said, "Congratulations to the Predator franchise for finally having its second good movie."
Yep.
To which I agree.
Yep.
But I still like Predator 2. But I'm back. I'm back off the wagon. Never mind. Did you know there's 2 Predator movies coming out this year?
Are they both coming out this year?
Yeah, so Badlands is coming out this year, and then the other one, which we don't know anything about, is apparently an anime.
Oh, is
an
it?
anime movie
Oh.
or an animated movie.
Aren't they both directed by this guy?
Yeah. So Dan directed Badlands, and then the other installment, yeah, he directed both of them.
I don't know how I feel about Badlands because apparently the concept of that is, what if Predator was the good guy?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But also, when this movie came out, you saw all the dumbasses on Twitter being like, "Do that, but do it with samurai, or do it with Vikings. I want to watch him fight Vikings." It's like,
This is, and you know what? I think this is a great. I know we do the sandwich, but that's such a good segue into like my biggest problem with this movie.
is that it just feels like a set piece.
They make the Predator too cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like this, listen, here's the thing. The Predator is kind of cool when, you know, like as a concept and whatever, but you watch Predator and he's not cool. Like you don't see him that much. He's always camouflaged, killing from the shadows, hunting these guys. It's kind of scary, right? You know, not that they're cool, but he's not cool. He's kind of just an unseen force that's just killing these masculine dudes. You're like, what the hell is this thing? And then you watch this movie, and every time it frames the Predator doing something, it's like the movie wants you to think that's so cool, right? Like he lifts a fucking bear over his head, and you're like, that's cool.
Yeah. It's
right?
cool, and I think the movie spends too much time with him.
He takes out those Frenchmen, and it's like John Wick taking out hitmen. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
How he takes out those Frenchmen, and you're rooting for him to take out those Frenchmen. And it's like that, it's almost like he's an action hero in that scene. And you're like, but no, the Predator's not an action hero. The Predator is a fucking cheater who kills the action heroes while he's cheating. And he's like, that's right. Like I shouldn't watch a Predator
have seen
movie.
him.
Yeah, I shouldn't watch a
not have
Predator
seen
movie.
him until the French were out. Until he was taking out the French, that should have been the first time we actually saw him. Maybe hint at him with the bear. Like the bear is the first time we like kind of see him as he's bleeding out on the Predator.
Yeah.
But yeah, we shouldn't see full out Predator until he is fucking up the Frenchman. We should be terrified.
And I should not at any point in a Predator movie be going, hell yeah, Predator. Right? Like
Right.
no.
Right.
I should never be rooting for the Predator. And obviously, and again, the Predator is cool as a concept and as a character design, he's cool. But when I'm watching this movie, I should not think that's so cool. I should think that's terrifying. I should think, oh, they're being hunted from the shadows. And obviously, after the first movie, you know, okay, it's the Predator. You know they're being hunted from the shadows by the Predator. You know what the Predator looks like, but I should still never be thinking, hell yeah, Predator.
Well, even Predator 2, like we know what the Predator looks like, but if you remember that subway scene in Predator 2, that's fucking terrifying. It's horrifying. He's on this train, it's pitch black. He's on there with the gangsters. He's taking them out one by one. I think if I remember correctly, at that point, that's when he lifts one up by the spear. Like he has the spear and he's like lifting one up. It's terrifying. And there's also the scene in Predator 2 where the I think it's like the FBI or whoever it is like go into like the cold storage to get the Predator, and they all end up like I think the older movies did a better job of like, even though we know what this guy looks like, he's still terrifying.
Yeah.
Whereas what this one does that I don't like, and I gave this movie 5 stars on Letterboxd. I still think it's a great movie, but what it does is it's using the through line of the inexperienced hunter. Like, so Mid-Thunder's character is the inexperienced hunter, but it also paints Predator as like this, he's new to the planet. He doesn't know who the big game is on this planet.
Yeah,
so he's like working his way through
his way up. And I do like him working his way up. I think that's...
But it disservices it because it doesn't make him terrifying. It just makes him another character that we're getting to know. Whereas that time could have been better spent learning about more of the tribe and learning about some of McThunder's like friends who are gonna get slaughtered here later on.
Yeah, like I don't mind him working his way up to like, okay, what's the apex on this planet that I can hunt to prove that I am the best while I cheat, but we shouldn't be following him while he does it. It should just be like a thing where it's like, what could have done this? Right?
Yeah, they come up to like a bunch of like, because they do it. They do the who could have skinned a snake like this? We
Yeah.
actually saw him skin the snake. We didn't need to see him skin the snake.
Yeah, he skins the snake, and then like 2 scenes later, like Midthunder and her tribe are like, who could have done this? And I'm like, that's like and again, watching this right after the original Predator, like that's like if we saw the Predator skin those people, and then a scene later we cut to Arnie and the gang going, who could have done this?
Exactly. And I wasn't really feeling the CGI animals. I know you're not going to get real animals on set. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
But I feel like there could have been less emphasis on the animals.
And again, like, yeah, like they have him fighting this wolf, and it's like, does the movie want me to think this is a cool fight? Like, I should, like, no, it should just, and again, it's like, I don't need to see this fight, and I don't need to see this wolf long enough for me to notice that's bad CGI, especially because there's a real dog in this.
Oh, and the dog, we'll touch on the dog, but
yeah,
everything they did with the wolf scene, you did 10 times better with the bear scene.
Yeah, and even the bear scene is like, again, like, should I be rooting for the Predator? Should I be thinking, oh my god, yeah, hell yeah, right? Because he lifts this bear over his head and like it's raining blood on him, and you're like, that's badass, that's cool. But I shouldn't ever think that about the Predator. Like, you can say what you want about, because again, like the Predator at its core is a slasher, and say what you want about in slasher movies, you know, at a certain point, yeah, maybe you are rooting against the annoying teens, but you're never thinking, hell yeah, Jason is so cool.
Well, I wanted, because when they first see his ship, Midthunder's like, oh, I saw the Thunderbird. Like I wanted the Predator to be more like laced into the folklore, because when I think folklore, I think spooky shit. I get scared. Like I think around the same time Reservoir Dogs was running on FX, and Reservoir Dogs had some spooky ass folklore shit. I almost want that same type of vibe when it comes to the Predator.
Because like in the first Predator, the Predator is kind of like a folklore to these rainforest people, right? Mm-hmm. And so he should be folklore to this Comanche tribe that like they've seen this ship before. They have a name for it, right? I saw the Thunderbird, or whatever they call it. It's like he should be a ghost story that they tell around the campfire. But instead it's just like, who could have done this? And then I saw it and nobody believes her.
Right. Everyone, they play up the she's just dumb woman saw this thing. It's not real. Go cook your medicine. Go make your medicine herbs. You little herbalist, you. Did you use the wrong herb? Did you use the wrong herb? Are you seeing things? It was just dumb. It's like, no, you guys have all these folklore. What are you talking about? How is she dumb?
Yeah, it does seem, and I hate to pull out this kind of criticism, but it does seem like the kind of movie where like just a white guy wrote it and thought, you know, it'd be cool, Predator versus a Comanche warrior, and just decided to do no research on Comanche culture or like any of that. It was just like, I'm just gonna write it like it's the Predator versus anyone, and then I'll throw in some tribes.
Well, and I like the strong through line of her like wanting to be more than just a medicine woman or more than just a herbalist. And I think that has a strong through line. I think the through line of her like proving herself, and I mean the movie kind of undoes it in the end credits with the drawing that depicts them being wiped out later by more predators. But I think that's a strong through line. So when people started, they should do Vikings, they should do that. Like, okay, like sure, but like what's the story? Like, these are more interesting when we're either like breaking down masculinity or like building up this character that is being told by these masculine men that she can't do this thing. And like if you just do Vikings for Vikings' sake, like I need to like, are Vikings bad? I think it goes on to that same thing. Like this movie makes the Predator really cool, so people walk away going, yeah, I want to see him fight a Viking and I want to see him fight a samurai. And it's like, you shouldn't walk away from a Predator movie thinking any of those things. You should walk away from a Predator movie almost the same way
Arnold Schwarzenegger walks away from a Predator movie, which is just with just a blank stare, thinking of the horrors.
Yeah, you shouldn't be excited to see that guy taking on other people. You should be
Yeah.
horrified.
Right?
Maybe that's just the way we communicate with violence now.
I don't
We're
know,
like, no, I
yeah.
want to watch him tear someone else apart now.
I'm sure Alex Garland has said something about that in Civil War that people refuse to pick up on because it didn't pick a side.
Goddamn fence sitter. I'm sure he's sitting on the fence in that new war movie he has.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
But yeah, like the first Predator movie, we start with like the most masculine of all men, hoorah, and we end it with one of them left, sitting on a helicopter, completely silent, with the most traumatized look on his face, right?
Mhm.
And in this movie, kind of don't get anything like that. It's because, again, this movie spends so much time making the Predator cool. He should be a ghost story they tell. He should be like a terrifying presence, right? And that through line of her like wanting to be more than a medicine woman and wanting to prove that she's a good hunter and she can handle herself is good, but it kind of falls flat because he again, the Predator's a character essentially. He's not like he's almost not a terrifying force. He's just a badass action hero. And B, it's tough to have a coming of age story when you have zero characters to play off of.
The Predator has the better coming of age.
Yeah.
Which is sad because it's like the other characters we should be excited for Midthunder's like defeating this Predator and like celebrating with her village, but instead they're like all the hunters in the village. I'm pretty sure all the hunters in the village are dead.
Yeah, right? Like there's no characters in this movie other than her and the Predator. Like everybody the Predator kills is essentially a nameless henchman from an action movie, right?
Which sucks.
Yeah, and like we said with Predator, I could pick all of those guys out of a lineup, right? I don't know everything about them. I don't know, but I know enough about them that I know who they are. I can pick each of them out of a lineup. That's Dutch. That's Blaine. That's Billy. That's Poncho. And in this movie, like she has her tribe, and the movie's about her. Again, it's a coming of age story, but she has almost no friction with anybody. Like, what is she coming of age? Right? What is she coming of age from? Because there's no characters in this tribe. There's just extras essentially.
Yeah, and we know they all suck because they all are like, oh, what is she doing here? She shouldn't be here. So, I mean, they suck just like, Billy, like all those guys from the first movie. But we, like you said, we know nothing about them.
Yeah,
we know they suck. We know they like Midthunder's brother. They're questioning why she's there. But when it comes to them as like an individual, like it hurts when Shane Black is the first to go. Like it hurts because you're like, oh man, that guy was kind of that guy sucked. He was yucky, but damn. Like there's the one guy in this. She's running away from the Predator, and there's one other guy who's like hiding in the grass and like pulls her down, right? And then they kind of try to escape together, and he gets just turned into paste. And I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
And why should I? I mean, and because he just showed up. I've seen him for a total of 30 seconds.
But we watched the Predator hunt for like a good 10 minutes when you put it all together.
Yeah. And again, like her brother gets like one scene before. Yeah, her brother gets like one scene, like a short scene with her, and then he disappears, and then he shows up again, captured by the Frenchman, and it's like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Who is this guy? When those guys showed up and tied her up, I thought one of them was her brother because I just didn't know. Because I'm like, who are these people?
I think one of the Frenchman that like gets like some of the medicine from her. I think he has a little more screen time than her brother.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. And again, there's that scene.
This movie, but it is riddled with problems.
And there's that scene with when she finds the buffalo and like they're all skinned. There should be who did this, right? Who could do something like this? And there's almost like an immediate, it couldn't have been the Predator because surely we would have seen it because we've seen him kill everything else.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like it's like kind of an immediate. Well, it wasn't the Predator because immediately she finds like a cigar, but there should be
Arnold.
Yeah, it was Arnold. But like, there should be a who did this, right? It should be a ghost story that they tell on the campfire, and that they're frightened by, and that And that builds character for the rest of the tribe. And there you can have friction where it's like, oh no, you shouldn't go out there if this thing is there. And she wants to go and all this stuff. But instead it's just like, it's just random people show up just to be killed by the predator. And it doesn't matter.
It's I gave it 5 on Letterboxd, but just the way we're talking about it, I'm almost talking myself into bringing it down a whole star or 2.
It does
I
seem
wanted
like
it to be like when you're leaning on you have the folklore elements there. They're like around the edge. They're around the edge, and you just don't go full in. You're like, no, let's give him time. Let's give the predator some screen time to grow too. We want him to grow. We want him to be ready for this fight.
Yeah.
It's like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We shouldn't see this predator until like the hour mark of this movie.
And again, I really like this movie. This is a really great movie. But when you watch it, but it is full of holes, and when you watch it right after Predator, those holes are very visible.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes Predator 2 look a little better too.
The other, and this is just a minor thing. Her brother in this movie says, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
I think this is okay. I knew you were going to say this. I think this one's a little more earned.
Okay, hang on though. You haven't heard my full explanation for why I don't like this.
Why don't you like it?
Okay, obviously there's the you can make the argument that it's just a cheap nostalgia pop, right? And it is.
Right?
It is.
It always is. It always is.
It always is. I do agree. This is more earned than whatever was said in Alien Romulus or a dozen other of these.
Oh, get away from her,
right,
bitch.
This is it's more earned, and it's more natural in this than it is in that and a dozen other of these sequels. But here's the thing. No movie should have someone earnestly saying something that Arnold Schwarzenegger said, because no one can measure up to his delivery.
True. You're putting to disservice to the actor.
Yeah, right. And again, I think him saying that is more earned in this than most cheap nostalgia pops are earned. But when you give an iconic Arnold line to an actor to say in a movie, and they're not saying it quoting Arnold, they're saying it as an earnest piece of dialogue, you're just inviting scrutiny.
You're kind of bringing me around to your way of thinking on that one.
Yeah, I just it would be like having somebody. It would be like having just a person in a movie say, "I'll be back." You immediately go, "No, you can't do that.
No,
you can't do that.
How dare you? How dare you stood where he stood?"
Yeah, right. It's just it's a minor nitpick. But if you're gonna I don't know, and I guess there's no other. I don't know if there's any other iconic quotes they could have had him say that Arnold doesn't say in Predator. But it's just when you have somebody in your movie quote Arnold, you're doing your entire movie a disservice.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Rebuttal. It's not as bad as Alien Romulus. That was so egregious.
No, it's not. It's not as bad. It's not as bad, and few things are as bad as that.
From a character who would have never said that in a million. You've set up this character to be proper and prim and just this proper android, and you have him say "bitch" out of nowhere. Get the fuck out of here. Get your greatest hits motherfucking ass out of here. Go play the hits somewhere else.
Anyway, let's talk. This is a good movie, though. We should talk about what we liked about it.
It's very green. I loved how green this movie was. Some of the drone shots are really good. I like Nara. I keep wanting to call her Mid-Thunder, but I like Naru as a character.
She's a good performance.
I like that we see her fail multiple times.
Yeah, she
throughout actually.
How many times does she fail? She misses the bear. She would have been killed by that bear if it was not for the predator.
Yeah, that's why we're rooting for. I was rooting for him the rest of the movie. I was like, "Come on, Predator, show those Frenchmen." I do like the Frenchmen. The Frenchman scene where like the woods are all burnt up, like it almost changes the color palette of the movie entirely.
I don't think the Predator should be cool, but I do love just some slimy French fur traders getting brutally slaughtered.
Well, and the movie still has off-screen kills. Like you watch the Frenchmen watching their bait they've set up with Mid-Thunder and her brother, and you'll see some of them falling off their horse in the background. So you don't see the kill, but you see them, you see the death. And I want a little more of that.
Yeah,
but I do appreciate those scenes. What else?
I really do like how throughout almost this whole movie, the Predator does not give a shit about her.
No,
Like,
not at all.
from-
He's like,
From the outset, the predator has decided she is not worthy for me to cheat, to hunt. She's not worthy for me to hunt while I'm a big cheater, right?
Yeah.
She would not be an honorable kill. Honorable in quotation marks, as I'm invisible and have heat vision, but yeah, like almost
he's
until
a big cheat hunter.
yeah, he's a cheater. But like, and again, I love how he's just a cheater, just in everything he does. In Predator, he's a cheater. In this, he's a huge cheater. Just
I
turning
love how the
invisible.
movie's gotta like, he's got to like learn and everything, but it's like, what do you need to learn? You have fucking training wheels on, you little fucking predator bitch.
Yeah, he's invisible. He's got heat vision. He's got those fucking those giant nail things that essentially you aim and they just travel to your target. Like, he's just a big fucking cheater. But I love he's essentially from the outset has decided this girl is not worth my time. She wouldn't be a good opponent. She wouldn't be an honorable kill. She's worthless.
Yeah.
Up until the moment she shoots him in the back of the head.
Yeah, it almost feels like he wasn't trying to kill her. And then she's because she shoots him with the pistol, right?
Yeah, she sets like a trap for him. She distracts him and then stands behind him.
That's right.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, she uses one of the Frenchmen as bait. Which by the way, injured Frenchman, not an honorable kill, Predator. That doesn't make you a good hunter. But
That's messed up.
yeah, but she uses the Frenchman as bait, which good for her, right?
Turning it around on him, yeah.
And as he kills the Frenchman, she stands behind him with the pistol and just nails him in the back of the head. And that's when he's like, okay, I'm gonna kill this lady.
I remember this because I was like, wait, she shot him in the head because there's a Frenchman that shoots him in the head, but it's the front of the head and it bounces back and hits the Frenchman.
Yeah, because he shoots his
the skull.
mask. Yeah, the skull.
That's right.
mask.
Okay, it's all coming back to me now. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he's like, okay, fuck this.
And-
She's annoying. I'm gonna go get her ass.
Yeah, and even right before, like when it's just the Predator versus her and her brother, the brother even says, "Go, I'm the threat." He sees me as the threat, not you.
Right.
And you can kind of
And that's
see
when
her.
he gets,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of see her stay because she wants to be the threat. She's like, why aren't I the threat? I'm the hunter. But obviously, then she runs away when her brother dies. And yeah, it's like she's offended, right? It's like, how dare you not think I'm a threat?
I'm not like the other girls. She's a
Yeah.
pick me.
Yeah, right? And I do like that. I like how she's almost pissed. She's offended. She's like, how dare you not think I'm a threat? I'm going to fucking set a trap and shoot you in the head.
And she does it. And her dog, like remember the first time I watched this, I was worried about that dog the entire fucking movie.
Give that dog an Oscar. That dog should have won an award.
Well, apparently that dog was a nightmare on set.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have
Apparently
to
that
hear
dog
this.
was like he was just a bad boy. He just he
Really?
would run off in the middle of takes.
But he looks like such a good boy on screen. She's walking through. She's walking
they caught
through.
him.
She's walking through the camp, and he's just prancing next to her with a big smile on his face. And I'm like, what a good boy.
I remember watching some BTS stuff, and they're like, yeah, they weren't like fuck that dog, but you could see it in their face, like, man, fuck this dog.
Oh no, I love this dog. That dog is you know what? He's a prima donna maybe, but that is a good dog actor.
I was just the entire movie, I'm like, they're gonna kill this fucking dog. They're gonna kill this it's gonna happen. They're gonna kill this dog, and it thankfully didn't happen.
Oh, there's that one scene where he's like barking at the predator.
Mhm.
Terrible.
Well, and there's a bunch. I think there's one scene where he's invincible, standing next to someone, and the movie doesn't like directly point it out to you, but if you see it, you're like, oh my god, he's right there. And I love it when these movies do that. Kind of gives me a Flanagan feel, like House. What was it, Hill House, where there's like random ghosts that you can see in the background, but you have to be looking for them.
Yeah, there's so many near falls with this dog. There's the bear.
The bear could have ate him.
There's the predator. There's the Frenchman that was about to like shoot him.
The Frenchmen have him. They have him at their camp, and
they captured him. They captured him when they captured her, and there was that one Frenchman was about to kill this dog.
Just trying to think of So I mentioned the paintings so she ends up winning. She uses quicksand to ensnare the predator, and then used his helmet cam to kill him.
Yeah.
I did some research on quicksand. It turns out not that deadly. You can survive quicksand.
Was it quicksand was it quick mud? It was mud, wasn't it?
Is there quick mud?
Well, because earlier in the movie she was like sinking in that mud. Remember, she had to use her hatchet on a string. Which, by the way, great.
Oh, I love that she did that. It was giving me Terminator 2013 vibes, or the Tomb Raider 2013 vibes.
Hatchet on a rope, incredible. More
Yep.
movies need a hatchet on a rope.
Adam, put him. Hey, greenlight the Hatchet on a Rope movie, please. I just want to watch someone use the whole movie when she's throwing it into the wood and like going back and forth.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. Just great stuff. More of that, please. Less of the Predator doing it. I don't need to be cheering. That's like watching Karate Kid and watching the other dojo do all the training. Which,
Did
God
she-
damn it, they kind of did. They kind of did that, didn't they, with Cobra Kai?
Did she use the hatchet on a rope against the Predator at any point? I don't remember. I feel like she should have.
I feel like she did, but the Predator grabs it and pulls her in, if I
Oh.
remember correctly.
Maybe, yeah.
But she gets him
Yeah.
anyway.
She
I
outsmarts
love that
him.
there's.
I do like the way she
I-
outsmarts him.
I love that there's a pistol in this movie, and it's the pistol that that Danny Glover ends up getting at the end of Predator 2. They can't help themselves in these movies. They can't. They're like, oh, we have to have a callback.
I do love that the way she outsmarts the Predator is to use the fact that the Predator fucking sucks at what he does. And so he's so bad at hunting and he's so reliant on this fucking auto aim. Like, he uses aimbot essentially, and he's so bad at actually hunting, he doesn't realize that it's aimed at him.
Yeah, he forgets that his helmet has the aimer, and yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that she uses herself. She uses her smarts to be like, this guy fucking sucks at hunting. I'm a better hunter. He's a big fucking cheater. This is what I'm gonna do.
He also fucks up at another point too, because he has his arm shield that he uses to cut off a Frenchman's head, and he's trying to do it to her again, but she's got her head like lodged under 2 rocks. And
Yeah.
So the laser. So she outsmarts him and like proves that he's dumb multiple times.
Yeah.
I just wish the movie would like play up how dumb he is. Maybe they were by having him hunt snakes and be like, look at me, I'm hunting snakes.
I know, but like the way, again, like it frames it like he's so cool hunting this, like fighting a wolf and holding up this bear. Like the movie tries so hard to make you think he's cool while at the same time showing that no, much like the first Predator, he's a big fucking cheater. He's not good. He's not good at hunting.
Well, and he lets his guard down with her because he doesn't see her as a threat, which
Yeah.
is like, yes, that's great. That's amazing. It would be more interesting if all the side characters you just killed had been saying that the whole time, like they were,
Yeah.
but then they were also interesting. They were
Yeah.
also like these developed characters.
And again, it's like he's bad at what he does. He cheats, right? And so that would make it, again, like he doesn't see her as a threat. He doesn't see her as a worthy hunt. Meanwhile, he fucking cheats at all of his hunts, and he sucks and he's stupid.
Right. And I think it would just be very poetic if by the end of the movie, everyone who has underestimated her, they're dead.
Yeah.
They're now dead.
They're dead because he cheats and she's smarter and better.
Right. And then everyone else, it was like, she's dumb. She didn't know what she's talking about. She had too much herb. Like, no, you fucking idiot. She was right. Like,
I
come on.
just so much, and I don't hear this talked about enough when people talk about Predator, but I just love how it's so clear throughout this franchise that the Predator, without his little invisibility gadgets, would die immediately,
it evens out the fucking playing field. Yeah.
right? Like, if he was never invisible, none of Arnold's team would be dead. They'd all be alive. They would have killed him immediately. Right? And it's the same thing here. Like, maybe he probably would have killed the Frenchman if he couldn't be invisible. But
This movie
like,
does have Prey, by the way, has its funny moments when they're all
Yeah.
reloading their muskets.
yeah,
And he's just sitting there watching them.
much of the Frenchman parts are quite funny. But like, yeah, like the Frenchman he probably could have taken without invisibility, but he wouldn't have killed any of those tribe members, right? Like, they would have gotten him.
No. No,
He
they would have
sucks.
outsmarted him.
Maybe, honestly, I think maybe even that bear he could have beat him if he wasn't invisible.
The bear was putting up a fight.
Yeah, like that bear was fucking.
The bear had him sparking and everything. Which, he's sparking and he's standing in water. So I'm like, shouldn't you be electrocuted, Mr. Predator?
But no,
I put
this is
it in IMDb Goose. Don't worry.
this is a despite all of our problems with it, it is a cool movie.
Yeah. Even after all the talking, I don't think I'd knock it down too much.
I maintain
I
my
think-
4-star rating.
Me too. I hate the way they ended this movie. Like, we know that they come back and get the tribe because the fucking pistol. Like, I just wish movies were just okay with being standalone and not needing something to call back to a different movie in the
This
series.
movie should have ended with sitcom freeze frame credits.
Yeah. Where she I think it's her mom. She high fives her mom.
Oh, we didn't even talk about it when we're talking about Predator. Every fucking Predator movie should end like that. Freeze frame credits on each of the cast members.
And they're all they're all chumming it up.
Yeah, it freezes right as they smile.
Yeah, but yeah, so she wins, and then they have the painting that depicts the rest of the Predators being like, "Hey, somebody killed our man."
Yeah.
And they're fucked because all their hunters are dead. They've got their one hunter in Mid-Thunder, and no one else is hunting for them. So it's
and you know what? All the Predators, by the way, I think all the Predators are just bad at. Their entire culture is based around hunting, and they all suck at it.
Yeah, because what's that one? The Predator. What's that one where they're bringing all the bad guys to the island? Is that Predators? The one where
with Adrian Brody.
Eric Foreman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Eric Foreman is a serial killer.
Yeah. They're bad. Much like some imperialist regimes. They're bad at what they do.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
The one thing that they base themselves around, they're very bad at it. They're just big cheaters. But yeah, this is a cool movie. For all of my problems with it, and those problems are really like extra pronounced when you watch this directly after Predator. But this is it's a really cool movie that you watch and you go, yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, they got it. It was a movie that I watched it again, and I was like, I'm glad I watched that. That was a really fun movie.
And again, I think this is another, like, for all of the, like, there's too much Predator and there's not enough side characters. I do think Mid-Thunder that's a solid anchor. She's really good.
She killed it.
Right? And it's a mostly physical performance, not a lot of talking, but and very good. Very good shit.
I didn't realize she was so young. Really good for a young actor coming up like that.
Yeah, put her in more things, please.
God damn it, put her in more things.
Yeah. I
didn't realize she was in an episode. Never mind, go ahead.
I think she's in that new Jack Quaid movie.
Oh, yeah, Novocaine, yep.
Yeah, but she might be the damsel in distress, which kind of upsets me because, I don't know, you don't cast the lady who was in Prey as the damsel in distress.
No, she rescues Quaid, who's proven that he's the damsel. She's also in the new Avatar as Princess Yui, I think, and then she was in an episode of Reservation Dogs.
Oh,
I must have missed that episode. I need to go back and watch it.
I've never watched Avatar. My friends tell me I should. The cartoon, not the live action.
Oh, you should, and then you should also watch. I think that and Book of Korra, really good back to back.
Really,
because they're both completely different in how they're done.
I'm always debating this because I've always been aware of Avatar, but I never watched it as a kid. Like, it was on when I was a kid, but I never watched it. And so all these people I know who are around my age are like, oh yeah, Avatar. And I'm like, I never watched it. And I might have played a video game or two.
Well, the video games were bad. But take it as someone who saw them, because I didn't see them until COVID. I watched both of them during COVID.
Because that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, because people tell me, oh, you got to watch it. It'll change your life. I'm like, are you just saying that because you watched it as a kid, though? Like, am I going to have that same feeling watching it as a grown adult man?
And I get that. The first book of Avatar is slow, but once they get to the second character or second book or second season and add another character into it, it really gets going.
Perhaps I will start watching them. I am running out of things to watch. There's only 2 episodes of Daredevil left.
I do like the Book of Korra, or I do like Korra. I think Korra is better than Avatar.
Really?
Kill me. Really? I don't care. I liked Korra a lot because they're doing some diesel punk there's some diesel punk in there because it's like hundreds of years after. Or is it hundreds? It's somewhere in there. But yeah. Legend of Korra, better than Last Airbender.
Well,
you heard it here first.
Well, on that note, where does this rank as a dad movie? I think we both gave our star. I give it a 4. You still
I give it
stand
a 5,
by?
but I'm gonna knock it down to a 4 here.
Okay, yes, 4 stars. Still a great movie. What about as a dad movie? Where does this rank as a dad movie?
Yeah, I think the dads are gonna be confused because they're like, should I be rooting for this predator?
I think so too. I think they will. I think at the same time, I do think dads will still just appreciate like something cool happening.
Yeah, I think I would knock it down to a 90.
I would go maybe 80. I would go 80, 85.
I'd meet you at 85. I wouldn't go any lower because it's still a pretty good dad movie.
Yeah, I just the one thing I do feel is like I do feel like this does open itself up for dads to go, who are these galoots?
Whoa, that dad just said that?
Yeah, just when all the random people show up and get, who are these galoots? What do they think they're gonna do?
Who are these Rough Riders?
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know any of them by name. Get them out of here.
yeah. What do they think they're gonna do?
Dad, you're putting too much emphasis on there. Calm down, Dad. They're trying to help. They're trying to stop the Predator, Dad. They're trying to stop him. He's the coolest guy in the movie.
All right, well, we'll go 85 then. We'll go 85.
85. It's a good spot.
You know,
I don't have a dad joke for Prey.
I don't have a dad joke for Prey either.
Do we want to do our goof? Did we do our goofs yet?
No.
All right, I've got mine up. These are our. We're not mad. We're disappointed. These are the IMDb goofballs who get on and write the IMDb goofs.
You should know this because we did the same thing about 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. So here's mine. One of the white men hobbles back to camp with his lower leg completely severed. He would have bled out and died long before making it there. Even if the Predator's weapon stopped the bleeding while embedded in the wound, once Naru removed it, there would be nothing stopping the bleeding and he would have died then. Arteries have sphincter muscle layers which will spasm and slow the bleeding. The Predator's weapon stopped the bleeding just long enough for clotting to begin, and Naru fed him the orange flower that slowed the bleeding also. All that aside, he would have bled out eventually, as the blood trail shows a lot of blood loss. That's just... There's so much.
Is this the same guy who wrote the Pedro Pascal would have passed out goof from Prospect?
That, and then also the guy who just wrote the chest, the guy cutting on the... There's a serial killer on IMDb.
It's the same
writing about body goofs. We need to catch this fucking guy.
It's the same guy who's writing all the sports goofs on every movie. Actually, this team didn't play this team on this date, so the score is wrong on the game they're watching.
It's all one guy. Like they have meetings. There's like, did you do the body stuff for? Did you do the body stuff for the Minecraft movie? You need to get on that.
There's there's a small group like the League of Supervillains size group of just these IMDb goof people, and they each have their own gimmick. I'm the body part guy. I'm the sports guy. I'm the geography guy. They said they went to Starbucks, but actually there's no Starbucks within 6 blocks of where this movie takes place.
I forgot about that one. There've been some bad ones. Do you have a goof that you picked out for Prey?
I do. And this one makes me laugh in just how so matter of fact it's written. They weren't speaking in perfect English in those days. That's it. That's the goof.
No shit.
Just they weren't speaking. I love the use of the word "those days" implies this person was there and knows.
He knew. He was there.
They weren't speaking perfect English in those days.
I do think Apocalyptico, the Mel Gibson movie, I think that broke some people because wasn't that all like native tongue?
Yeah.
And because I remember Apocalypto came out, and I think 10,000 BC came out a few years later.
Yeah.
And I remember watching 10,000 BC being like, oh, they're not gonna speak English. That's gonna be really cool. And then when everyone spoke English, like something in my brain broke, and I was like, wait a minute, they're not. But the Mel Gibson movie.
And here's the thing, Apocalypto, I love when people do this for like movies where there's a predator in them. Because like Apocalypto is it's very matter of fact. This is history. This is like life back then. This is a movie in which a creature comes from outer space in a spaceship at the very beginning of the movie, like before the title card. You see the spaceship. It turns invisible. It has heat vision. And they didn't speak perfect English back then. They also didn't get hunted by a predator.
They didn't get hunted by this fictional character. This fictional character we made up.
Yeah. There was no predator settling North America.
Guys, I don't know if you know this, but the Comanche back in the day, they weren't getting hunted by IP.
Yeah, right? Like, there was no predator colonizing the natives' land.
Oh my God, it's a colonization. It's a metaphor for colonization. Oh no. The guy who just realizes the connection.
Wait a minute. Is Predator America and the Americans are the Viet Cong?
Matt, did you know that
Oh,
Charlie and the
no.
waitress are married in real life?
I just love somebody watching Predator. Go, wait a minute, is this Vietnam?
You know, there is part of my brain every time I watch Predator, I'm like, wait, where are they at again? Is this Vietnam?
Guys, did you know Predator is actually about Vietnam? What? But they don't even play Fortunate Son.
Did you know that America was a bad guy in Vietnam? What?
Guys, did you know that in Star Wars, George Lucas meant that the rebels were the Viet Cong and the Empire was America?
Oh! I love it when the not so subtle moments people pick up and they're like, oh man, that was so subtle.
Yeah, when people pick up on the very obvious like subtext of a movie and go, guys, oh my god. It's almost as bad as like when someone like states the very obvious subtext of the movie, but they say it in a way as if there's some intellectual analyzing it.
You know, guys have made YouTube careers off of picking up the non-subtle stuff.
Yeah, like they'll just do like a 3-hour video essay of how Predator is an allegory for Vietnam and think they're doing something intellectual. Like it's like, come on, anybody, like come on, like just watch, like they're not trying to hide it. It's not a hidden theme.
It's like anyone doing not to get back on video games, but people doing like the 300th thesis on Metal Gear Solid 2. Like, look at all this information. Like, you know what? This would have been an amazing video back in 2005, buddy. It's 2025. We fucking get it. Kojima's got a crystal ball. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, it's like somebody doing a video essay. You know, did you actually know in Uncharted, Nathan Drake in gameplay is a sociopath? But in the cutscenes, he's a likable rogue treasure hunter. Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Did you guys know Silent Hill 2 is about sex violence?
Did you guys know?
No fucking shit.
Did you guys know Silent Hill 2? The developers were big fans of David Lynch.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
Did you guys know that Avatar is about imperialism?
Did you guys know that Alien is also about sex violence? Am I picking just the sex violence movies now?
Alien is about sex violence. Aliens is about Vietnam.
God damn it.
Oh, God.
Is Avatar about Vietnam?
Avatar is just about colonialism and imperialism.
Oh,
just in general.
What about Avatar 2?
Same thing.
No, I didn't pick up on it.
Yeah, there's fucking whalers in Avatar. There's a subplot about whalers in Avatar 2, and some chud is gonna go online with they're gonna go to their thesaurus, pick out the biggest words, and type up actually Avatar 2 features many themes about, yeah, we fucking know, buddy, there's whalers in the movie.
I haven't seen Avatar 2, but now that I know there's a whaler scene, I kind of want to watch it.
There's whalers in it. There's a little subplot with whalers, and then there's a scene at the end where the whales fight back.
Like they are now.
Like they are now. And some chud's gonna go online with some like 3-hour video essay. Actually, did you know that Avatar 2 is not just about this, but it's also about this other very obvious thing it's about?
Did you know Collateral is actually about the death of the American dream? Yes, I knew that.
Did you actually know that Collateral is about, how, our endless search for, meaning in our work is killing our souls? Yeah. Yeah. He says it. I'm pretty sure Outright says it.
Did you know that in Collateral, Tom Cruise's character does that for a living?
Did you know that in Collateral, the significance of them looking at a coyote is because they both see themselves as a coyote?
Which means absolutely nothing, because oh man, the number of when we were watching Collateral, the number of times I caught like a video about that coyote on YouTube. I wanted to fucking flip this desk.
It's such, I mean, look, we talked about that scene, and it's like, come on, guys, come on. Like, it's very obvious.
We don't need to pick this scene apart.
You're going to
tell me Next, you're going to tell me There Will Be Blood is anti-capitalist.
You don't have to pick apart a scene that's very obvious in its intentions.
You see, when he said he was going to drink his milkshake, he meant he was going to steal his shit.
Yeah, capitalism.
And then he killed him. He took his life.
Yeah.
With a bowling pin.
Oh,
I could do these all night.
so
I could do.
I could do.
I can just pick. I could pick out a bunch of these and just do this all night.
Well, we do this for a living.
They stopped it, and then we stop right away.
Yeah. It's time to spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel. Put it up. I want to watch it. I want to watch it. There's only 3 or 4 left on this thing.
There are 4 movies left on this wheel.
What is left on the wheel?
The Nice
Beautiful.
Guys, which I know we both want to be last.
Because of the implication.
Yeah. Because of the implication. Goldeneye, Wedding Crashers, and Punch Drunk Love. It's a good wheel.
3 of those sound awesome. One of them sounds like it'd be kind of a bummer right now.
Yeah. And it's not the one you'd think.
Yeah, let's let's spin that wheel.
So
No.
close. So close to Goldeneye. It is the Nice Guys. They do not finish last.
No, we thought it was gonna be the last one. That'd be a nice little joke, but
You know
hey,
what?
you know what? We've talked about Shane
Shane
Black
Black.
so much.
We-
It was
that's-
bound to happen.
Yeah, it's the Shane Black effect. We talked about him and his pussy jokes so much today that we're talking about his movie next week.
Oh, and that movie's filled with pussy jokes. Not so much. There's that one little kid that like talks about watching porn.
Yeah, that kid
Did you
talks more
know-
about the size of his cock.
That's right. Did you know?
Thank you, Chet.
Thank you, Chet. Did you know Nice Guys is actually about the perversion of a generation?
Oh.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
God, I can't believe we're going to be watching a movie about. I can't believe we're going to be watching a movie where a main theme is the decline of the American auto industry.
An American auto industry, the decline of a generation who's being perverted by pornography.
By the time this episode comes out, who knows where the American auto industry will be?
I hope they recover. I hope they all recover. All of them. Every last one of them.
This is a good movie. This is a great movie.
I love this movie. It's a shame we will never get a sequel. It looks like in the States, it is not streaming anywhere. Of course it isn't.
I don't care where this is streaming because I own this on Blu-ray and digital. Actually, they just announced a 4K release of this.
What?
Yeah. I don't know which like specialty Blu-ray place did it, but yeah, there's gonna be a special edition and a regular edition. I don't
Was
know.
Margaret Qualley? So the substances Margaret Qualley was. So this was before Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. She really took off after that. Hold on. I know we're trying to get out of here. I know I have a SNL date to get to.
I do love this movie. This movie, I saw this movie in theaters.
I did not, but I saw it on HBO when it premiered on HBO that year.
I saw it in theaters, and there wasn't a ton of people in the theater, but like it wasn't completely empty. But everybody in the theater was probably above the age of 50, and that's how you know you're going to see a good movie.
Because the old folks were all in it. Oh wow! I didn't know she was going to be in Happy Gilmore too. Cool. Yeah, a very young Margaret Qualley in this.
Very.
I didn't realize she was
quotable
30.
movie. Is she?
Because she was like 20 in this movie. Jeez, Louise, Papa Cheese.
Very quotable movie.
Very quotable.
One of my
Hannibal
favorite.
Buress pops in for a voiced cameo.
Does he really?
Yeah,
Um.
he plays the bee.
Oh, that's right. He does. Robert Downey Jr. pops up as a dead body cameo.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he plays the porn guy.
Is he dead? The guy that they find in the woods?
Yeah, the guy who Ryan Gosling like lands next to after his pratfall, and then he does the Abbott and Costello bit.
That's right. When he's showing off for the woman dressed as Pocahontas.
Yeah, shoot me,
Yeah.
come on, shoot me.
Pew. I had a crush on that woman for a long time.
The Nice Guys limited edition 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, June 2nd from Second Sight Films. New interviews, commentary, and more, plus a 150-page hardback book and 9 art cards. Standard editions also available. Ooh.
This might be my first 4K.
Really? You don't have any 4Ks?
That sounds too $70.
Oh no!
Ah.
Oh, it's fucking tariffs.
Goddamn tariffs.
Oh, never mind. I mean, maybe that's just for the special edition. They did say a standard edition would be available.
I'm excited for this. I'm probably just gonna. Oh, this movie. This is a good fucking movie.
They do have a regular Blu-ray for like $38.
Okay, that's better. Hopefully, all the interviews are still in there.
I would hope so.
Be fucked up if they're locked up behind the $70 version.
I'm sure the $70 version is obviously that version is locked behind like the art book and whatever.
Art book.
I would hope that the extras. Oh yeah, here we go. New audio commentary, new interview. Okay, so it does seem they are just on the disc.
We got Matt Bomer plays John Boy. What else? What's he been doing? He was in Magic Mike. Anything else? The Boys in the Band. Not doing too much.
This movie does have.
No, he's in a show for 5 years.
There's so many good quotes in this movie. There's one quote in this movie that has lived rent free in my head since the day I saw it. There's a scene.
Is it the anal and stuff?
No. That's a good one. But no. When they're at the birthday party or whatever at the bowling alley, and Ryan Gosling goes, "Jesus Christ," or whatever, and his daughter's friend goes, "You just used the Lord's name in vain," and he goes, "No, I didn't, Janet. I found it very useful, actually."
This is good Gosling. This is really good. This is probably the funniest Gosling's ever been in a movie.
Yeah. God, this is probably the best. This might be the best Gosling.
When he punches through that glass window and he's bleeding.
Yeah.
He's like, "That's a lot of blood." And he immediately falls. And the next scene is him in the back of an ambulance.
when he's in the bathroom stall and the door keeps closing while he's trying to point his gun at Russell Crowe.
I think I read that wasn't intentional. Like that door was just a shitty door.
This is the movie that I think, because he's been in funny movies before this, but like this is the movie that this is his burn after reading. This is when people were able to realize Ryan Gosling's fucking hilarious.
He's so good in. Oh my god, we could basically do the whole episode. I have this whole movie remembered.
Yeah, so do I. But we will wait. I'll watch it again.
I'm gonna be really pissed off when I get to the goofs.
Oh,
I'm gonna be like, "How dare you stand where they stood? How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you sully his name?"
There's the same friend. Oh, they're talking about John Boy, and they're talking about a show. Oh, and is it Three's Company? And like the daughter character's like, "Three's Companies for R words," or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, there's when they go to the protest that people are protesting like the pollution, so they're all pretending to be dead. He's like, well, where's I don't remember the character's name. Like, where's Margaret Qualley? He's like, we're all dead. What are you talking about? We're protesting the air. Fucking hell.
Oh, I didn't realize. So yeah, the daughter character is Angourie Rice. She's in the Mean Girls movie from last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's still acting. Good for her.
She's in those Spider-Man
She's really
movies.
funny. She's a good foil. She's a good foil to Gosling in this.
Russell Crowe is so good in this too.
This was pre-Fat Crow.
This is like
Crow.
right on the cusp. This is like when you can see how he's getting there.
Yeah, I'd be okay with them doing a sequel and him being in it as Fat Crow.
Oh, he's so good in this. Just a guy drinking yoo-hoos.
Yoo-hoo for me, or whatever the line is. Fuck.
I think he does maybe the best spit take that I've ever seen in a movie in the flashback when his wife tells him that she's having sex with his father.
Oh yeah, and he's like mid-breakfast.
Yeah, and he just immediately that might be the best spit take I've ever seen. He's so good.
I love that Keith David is in this just as older guy. He's like a henchman, but they have him in there as older guy.
Oh God. This movie's so good. This movie is so good. This is gonna be a good episode.
This is gonna be a great episode.
We're on a good little run here.
Yeah, and I don't think, looking at what's left on the wheel, I think we got a nice little cruise into the runway.
Yeah, just all bangers.
Oh God, I might watch Nice Guys after we get off of this. I know I'm supposed to watch SNL, but I might watch this instead.
Oh yeah, change your date night.
I love that IMDb has this label as a bumbling detective movie.
It is in a way.
What else? So some more movies, The Place Beyond the Pines. No, all these other ones are bummers. Drive is a bummer. Baby Driver. Baby Driver's closer, but
what else is
not as good as
what else is great? What else is great from this movie? Oh, when the the girl who he liked turns out to be evil. Don't kill us. This isn't you. Yeah, it is. She just told us she killed 4 people. Yeah, but I'm saying deep down.
When Quayle, like, when she's in a closet or something and she screams fucking fascists.
And then Ryan Gosling just reacts, Jesus! Oh, what a
Or
movie.
when she's explaining everything that they did and Ryan Gosling like, so you made a porno. It's not a porno. It's not a porno.
It's kind of a porno.
No, it's kind of a porno.
This movie's so I could legitimately record a whole episode just right now, but
you know who else is just following orders? Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. That's a running gag. He brings up Hitler 3 times. They follow the rules of 3s for Hitler.
The fucking the Nixon jokes, and then he has a dream of Nixon drowning with him. Or not,
yeah.
Whatever.
When they get off the elevator and see all the carnage and just decide, nope.
I was in the pool. You were in the pool? Yeah.
I was questioning the mermaids.
Oh man, this is probably the best movie we've ever done on this show.
We've done a lot of great movies. I think
this is up there.
You know what we should do for a 50th episode? Rank every movie.
Rank every movie we've watched.
Every movie we've watched. Or no. Maybe not every movie, but we should have a tournament. Let's pick the absolute best movies we've done and determine which one's the best.
So do like a top 32.
Well, I think 32 would be the total. No, I guess 50 would be the total. I don't know. We could do like a top 20.
We could do a tier list.
We could do a tier list.
All right, I hate to be the guy, but I do have to bounce for this date.
All right. Well, everybody, go watch The Nice Guys. And no, actually, I'm not going to say don't tell your mother, because you should tell your mother, because she should also watch The Nice Guys. Everybody should watch The Nice Guys.
Go do it.
Yeah, go do it. But also, just for the sake of this podcast, whatever you do, don't tell your mother.